Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 2025 Mass URC informational session. So first of all, I just wanted to thank everyone for being here and taking the time to come watch this info session, and we'll just get right into it. So before we start, we want to introduce ourselves. My name is Nika. I'm a sophomore biomedical engineering student, and I'm one of the Mass URC conference assistants.
I'm Jillian. I'm a sophomore and I'm a speech language and hearing science major.
And I'm Manisha. I'm a senior computer science and math major.
Okay, so we're going to get into what we're going to be covering today. So our session agenda, first we're going to go over a general conference overview, just so you find out what, when, and where the conference is, as well as who is eligible to apply. Next, we're going to talk about some reasons to apply. Why would you want to apply to UMass URC, and some things that you would gain from presenting at the conference. Next, if you decide that you're interested in applying, we're going to give you some information for every step of the way so that you're able to have all the resources you need so we can help you with the process. And lastly, we are going to have a time for a Q&A. So if you have any questions, please save them to the end. And if you feel like they're really urgent, you can pop them in the chat and we'll be monitoring it, but try and save them for the end.
Okay, so I'm just going to give a quick overview of the conference. So what is the Mass URC? Mass URC stands for Massachusetts Undergraduate Research Conference. It's a one-day in-person conference hosted by the Commonwealth Honors College here at UMass, where undergraduate students can come and present research, share knowledge, and learn from fellow students. It brings together students from the 28 public colleges and universities within the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. This year's conference is going to be held on April 18th, 2025. It's on a Friday, and the conference takes place over the course of a day. The day is going to be separated out into different poster sessions, and it's going to be kicked off with a welcome speech and a keynote speech as well. And the Mass URC will be in person this year. It was in person last year as well. It's going to be here at UMass Amherst, and it's going to be held in the campus center. Okay, so who can apply? Any undergraduate student who is involved in research at any of the public higher education institutions in Massachusetts can apply to participate in Mass URC. They can apply with any form of research that includes like independent studies, creative works, or community service projects. And we are open to all majors and fields of study. We've showcased over 60 subject areas in past conferences. And so how do you apply? The first step is to get information, which you've already done by attending this info session. We also suggest following our social media and signing up for our expression of interest form, which is going to be at the end of this session, just to stay up to date on deadlines, because we're going to be sending out more and more information as the conference comes closer. The second step is identifying your support team. And so what you want to do is identify a faculty sponsor who you can work directly with on your presentation materials. Your faculty sponsor is going to be a faculty member. It's going to be the faculty member who can vouch for your research, who knows you and your research best, and who will then go into the Mass URC system. When you sign up for an account and submit your abstract, your faculty sponsor will be the one to go in and approve your abstract or mark it as needs revision. And then the other thing you want to do is find out who your campus contact is. So for all 28 public institutions that participate in Mass URC, each campus has a point person called the campus contact. If you are a student at UMass Amherst, then your campus contact is the current conference coordinator, who is Meredith Feltis. But if not, if you don't go to UMass Amherst, you can find out who your campus contact is by going to the Mass URC Hub, where we have a list of campuses and their point persons. And then the third step would be to submit your abstract. So beginning on November 22nd, which is this Friday, the Mass URC Hub opens for abstract submissions. So from this Friday up until February 21st next year, you have a window of time to create a Mass URC Hub account, submit an abstract, and then have your faculty sponsor go in and approve it. And after you've submitted your abstract and gotten it approved, the next step after that is to create a research poster, print it out, and prepare for the conference, which you would bring your poster and put it up at the conference. So you would want to identify your support team, submit your abstract, and then just prepare for the conference. And so, like I said earlier, your faculty sponsor is going to be a faculty member who will be able to support you and your research, who can vouch for your research, and who will then go in and approve your abstract. If your faculty sponsor marks your abstract as needs revision, you then have some time to go in and make those edits and then get it approved. And in order to present, you must have a faculty sponsor. And then, like I said, you can find out who your campus contact is by going to the Mass URC hub and finding your school and finding the name next to your school. And that'll be the go-to person for your school for anyone who has questions about Mass URC.
I'm going to touch on some resources that are available to you all as presenters. So the first resource is the Mass URC Hub. This is where all information about the Mass URC can be found. It's where you're going to go in and make your account, as well as then submit your abstract on November 22nd. It's also where your faculty sponsor can go in and mark it approved or needs revision. There's also a lot of resources that can be found on the Mass URC when you're preparing to present at the conference. We have information on how to write your abstract, how to create your research poster, along with general information about accessibility during the conference and info about the schedule on the day of the conference. So registration, once again, is on November 22nd. Before registration opens, something you can do right now is connect your calendar with ours. It will allow you to have all of the important dates and deadlines in your calendar so that you can stay up to speed with things regarding the conference. And then we have info sessions. So this is the first info session. You guys are at it now. We have 2 more that will happen next semester. The dates for those will be to be determined, but one's going to be about how to write your abstract, and the next one will be about how to create your research poster. So if you join the email list, you'll get the dates for when those info sessions will be, along with many other deadlines. But there are past info sessions on the hub now in case you want to get started early. So in general, the hub is where you'll get all your information for the conference.
So why should you apply? So the Mass URC is a really good resource for resume building. Being able to show on your resume that you presented at a research conference shows that you are resilient and that you've gotten your research prepared to a point that it's able to be presented. Another reason that you should present at Mass URC is because of networking. It's a great opportunity to meet other undergraduate students conducting research in the same field or even in different fields. You can meet a lot of people that are doing a lot of different things, and it can be helpful to your own research or just connecting with people that are in the same field of study. Another reason it's a really good idea to present at Mass URC is because it gives you relevant experience. Being a college student makes it sometimes difficult to find research conferences to present at, and being able to present at URC is a really good opportunity for you to get relevant experience. Even if it's your first time presenting research, it's a good way to kind of step your foot in the door. And lastly, it's a really good way to share your ideas. I know that a lot of you are probably either working on research or interested in getting involved in research, and it's a really good idea, way to show what you've been working on and to present things that you have put a lot of effort into, and it's something to be very proud of if you are presenting your research.
So, does anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, just use the raise hand feature or put it in the chat. We'll give a couple minutes for people. Okay. Rena, go ahead.
Yeah, you mentioned going to the info sessions as a step in getting your stuff in the conference. Are they different info sessions, or are they just available at different times? You muted yourself.
Thanks. So that's a good question. This is the general overview info session. There's going to be 2 next semester, and they're going to be for specific reasons. The first one is going to be on writing your abstract, and then the second one is going to be on creating a research poster. And there might be a third one close to the day of the conference on how the day of the conference is actually going to be, but they're for specific things.
All right, thank you.
Marabella?
How do you make sure that you're on the email list? I know that you mentioned that before, just make sure that you're getting the emails about deadlines and stuff. What are we on the email list if we registered for this info session, or is it something else?
No, there's a QR code on the next screen. Nika, do you want to go to that slide?
Thank you.
So yeah, no problem. You can just use that QR code, and I'll keep taking questions while people do that. Sam?
Hi, I have a 2-part question.
Mm-hmm.
One is for students who have grant funding from the Honors College and have to present at the conference, is it the same application either way? You just fill it out and go through it that way, or is it a separate way?
It's the same application process. You submit an abstract through the system, and then you get it approved, and you bring a research poster.
Perfect. And then quick follow up on that: the abstract that you submit. Is there a way to submit one earlier and then like potentially change it as the event gets closer in April, or is it whatever you submit in January is like what the abstract will be?
If you do need to make any changes, you can email us and we'll make them in the system. But your abstract isn't displayed on the day of the conference. It's your research poster that is. So if there's any changes you need to make, you can just make them on your research poster. And
perfect. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. So like I said, this is the QR code for the interest form. If you scan this, it'll be added to a email list, and you will receive our newsletters and any updates we have. We'll be sending out a newsletter after this info session with the recording of the info session and some additional information. And then, yeah, Mika, if you want to go to the next slide. And these are our social medias. We have an Instagram. That's where we post pretty regularly. And if you have any other questions, you can also reach us at conference@honors.umass.edu. But yeah, there's one more question. If you graduate in fall 2025, can you present in spring 2026 Mass URC, or do you need to present in spring 2025 before you graduate? You do need to be a current undergraduate student in order to present at Mass URC. So you would have to present in spring 2025. Well, if nobody has any other questions, you can always email us. But thank you for coming, and we hope to see you at future info sessions. Have a nice night.